So here I am in North Devon. It's Kevin Wright again here actually, and I'm back in North Devon on a sunny spring evening to see the end of a project that I looked at just over a year ago with Mandy and Carlton. And if you've been watching the other episodes, you'll know that this is the I.C.F. new build. So I'm really interested to find out how this project has turned out. I'm blown away, absolutely blown away. You've created something of just beauty here, and it's stunning. You know, we're up in your kitchen dining area, and we've got the most marvellous views out on the estuary. It's just absolutely fabulous. So thank you for inviting me back to see the finished article. And it doesn't seem that long ago that we were just sitting on a with the plans on the bonnet of your Jeep thingy and looking at a hole in the ground basically on a bright January day, and here we are a year or so later. So it's and we've had a quick tour around the house. Wonderful. So what was the process like for you? Because you had if it wasn't complicated enough building a house from scratch, you had to do it in lockdown. So how was that?
Well, we got it finished. Yeah, we started on the 6th of January, and when the first lockdown happened, we were literally about to put the rafters on the roof. Okay. And we had Norboard flooring down up here. Because of the I.C.F. build process, they built the first floor off the Norboard flooring and went up with it. So we had our I.C.F. walls up, concrete in them, and we were just starting to put the rafters on when we went into lockdown. And luckily the carpenters were able to stay on site. There was just 2 of them, and they had their own vehicles, so they were able to stay on site and put the rafters on. Because the Norboard flooring had a 60-day weatherproof guarantee with it, so we knew we had to get this in the dry, otherwise that flooring would have had to be ripped up. So we got the rafters on, and the roofer was local, and he managed to come in and get us all in the dry. So we got brilliant Felton batten or Tyvek battens on, and brilliant. Yeah, so
good. So, and as a build material, having now worked with I.C.F., what does it stand for again?
Insulated concrete form. Great,
thank you. I can never remember what that is. So having worked with that as a material now, what's your view of it?
It's gone up. It's an amazing product.
Is it?
And yeah, it should be used far more in mass house building for lots of reasons I won't go into now, but it's an amazing product. So yes, we'll definitely be using it again for sure. So.
Will you? Yeah, so now you've done this on your own house, you'll be using it on a commercial basis.
Yeah, that's what we want to do.
On your future sites and projects that you do.
Yeah. For speed of build, we had a really wet spring, and we probably wouldn't have got out of the ground had we not been using I.C.F.
Really?
So if we'd had trowel trades on site, I doubt they would have done anything before we went into that first lockdown because it was so wet. But with this product, we were able to get the walls up, the concrete poured, and the roof on. So it was
exceptional.
Yeah, yeah.
And comparable cost with a traditional build or even a timber frame build from materials wise, is it equivalent, or is there a saving to be made, do you think? Or?
Well, yeah. I mean, timber costs now have gone through the roof anyway after lockdown, yeah. And the saving with I.C.F. is not just in the material cost, but it's in the time that goes into the build. So if you've got borrowing on a site and you're, you know,
point.
And also shortage of trades, because you know, all of the block layers, bricklayers, they're up to their eyes with work, and you just can't get them for love nor money. So it's an alternative, a good one, isn't it?
Absolutely.
I'm guessing you're going to need tradesmen that are familiar with building with I.C.F. though.
Absolutely, yeah. The initial shell of the building was constructed by people who use it every day.
Okay.
So they were incredibly quick and very efficient. Knew every, the way it all goes together basically.
So for anyone watching this that's considering an I.C.F build, that's one big tip: is don't get tradesmen that are not used to using it.
No, that's right. But the other thing is, self-builders, it's designed for self-build homes. So anybody can do it. It's not just for the skilled installers,
Okay.
But from our perspective, we wanted it a shell-only structure, built quickly. It would have taken us longer to do it, and our time was precious, so we got the trades to do it. So.
And is there a reduction in waste materials? So in terms of the the amount of skips that you have to get on
We
site?
had such a small amount of waste.
Really?
It was incredible. Yeah, it was dumpy bulk bags full.
We didn't have any skips on site at all.
Didn't have a single skip.
No.
Wow.
No.
I mean, and that's got to be good, from an environmental
Absolutely.
point of view as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And despite the fact that it's concrete, other masonry type buildings still use concrete blocks. Ours is just poured into a solid wall.
Yeah.
And it's a house that will stay standing for well in excess of 200 years.
Really? And have you had a chance to sort of gauge the energy efficiency of it yet?
Early days at the moment, but it's warm in the winter.
Yeah.
And it's quite cool in the summer. So
We hope it's going to be cool in the summer.
It's not too bad so far, so we'll see. But,
Because that's the insulation factor is another thing. Did you get any sort of score on how energy efficient it is? Do you have, is there something?
Yeah, we had an EPC done and we got a B, but
Have you?
yeah, which is good. But the amount of insulation that we had to put into that roof up there was absolutely incredible, because that was obviously just a standard roof, and to imagine what we would have had to put in the walls had we had a timber frame house. And of course with the I.C.F it's all in there, it's polystyrene block concrete, and that is your whole insulation system. There's nothing to add in. So
And talking about the roof, we've got, I've rarely, if ever, seen a vaulted ceiling that doesn't look fantastic. It just adds a different feel to the room, and it looks brilliant. Where did you come in on build costs in terms of budget or over budget, or?
we were slightly over budget,
Yeah.
but we knew we always were quite flexible on the budget, because we didn't know how much it would cost to get us out of the ground, and also it was the first time for us as self-builders, so but we weren't too far over, so we were we're pleased with the product that we got for the money that it cost us. So
Yeah, that's good. So and I think because it's your own house, you've gone a bit over the top would be the wrong phrase, but you've put things in that are perhaps of a higher standard because it's for yourself on certain aspects, that if you were doing it on a commercial basis, you would have kept it still nice, but maybe not the extra few touches. I think there's a couple of things you've done like that, isn't there?
yeah, I think everything that we've put in here, like you say, because we're living in it ourselves, it was our personal choice, and we just wanted that little bit extra luxury. And the things that the areas that we have spent the money, I think the house will pay us back for that.
Yeah, absolutely. And as you said, it's your own place, so you're going to spend that bit extra for that bit extra comfort. So if you were doing it from a development point of view, have you worked out what sort of percentage profit you've got on GDV or something like that? Because that's what a developer would work on.
Yeah.
Well, we've worked out a meterage rate for the build.
Yeah.
So, which came in at about £1,638.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Per square
per
metre
square
to
metre
build it.
to build. So that's, for a self-build, it can be astronomical figures really.
Yeah.
So but I think we've kept it fairly sensible, and still got nice finishes and touches to the place, and partly through the fact that Mandy researched a lot of the products and materials we bought and found them at a really good price, and the quality's there, but we haven't paid builders over the top rates for them. So
And did you project manage this yourself?
Yeah.
Mandy project it all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because again, that's obviously a cost saving there.
Yeah, definitely.
Will you project manage your next ones, do you think, or?
I will oversee them, but I won't do a full project management role. We'll probably have a, main contract builder, and I'll be on site regularly just to,
But with the experience of actually knowing what you need to be doing as project managed, so it's not, you won't be, you won't have the wool pulled over your eyes.
No.
Because you've
Hopefully
done it.
not.
You've done it, and so you know what needs doing. Okay. So if this, forgetting the extra bits that you've done for your own convenience, if this had been a commercial project, would you have been happy with the profit you'd have made?
Definitely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. So doing properties like this stacks on a commercial basis as well.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you've done this obviously as a detached property, but would it work on semis or
we considered that right from the outset, and the site didn't kind of lend itself.
No, not this one, but future ones.
Oh, for future, of course. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, because basically you just, the external shell of the build would be I.C.F, and then your internals are stud walls, the same as you would do.
It would be exactly the same.
Okay.
Yeah.
No different at all.
So that works too.
Quicker.
Yeah. And if you needed to put, solid walls in for soundproofing or whatever, then that would be fine. Yeah.
You just do again. You put I.C.F in the partitions
You
and
could
just
do.
concrete.
Yeah, you could do.
Yeah. It's very versatile.
It sounds great. I mean, it's you never quite know how these projects are going to turn out. And having done a new build myself, I know that the level of detail and the seemingly endless small decisions that have to be made when you do it, particularly if you're doing it for yourself, of course. But I think you've said that there's things like the glass partitions there that are worth the extra money that you've spent on those. Good. It's really brilliant.